Kajal truly must be one of the hardest working brands out there because it seems like they just came out with a fragrance and already before you know it, they just released another one. And in today's Cef Le Bon contributor video, we're going to be taking a closer look at the brand new offering from the brand Kajal. This is a candied lemon, ambroxan, lime, rum, angelica, citrusy, slightly sweet fragrance, and it's called Topaz. I'm also going to let you in on a very special giveaway opportunity, which I think is a wonderful, wonderful opportunity for you to participate in, especially considering the fact that you can take home a bottle. And this is a pretty pricey fragrance. I mean, it's not cheap, right? You go to any store that carries this, any niche perfumery, you'll see that Kajal fragrances are up there. And of course, the quality resonates with the price tag. And, you know, it's not an inexpensive product. They're very long lasting, very high quality raw materials. And I've had many a conversation with Mo, who is the founder of the brand. And, you know, he's super humble, super down to earth. And, you know, I've gotten a bit of a proverbial sneak peek behind the inner workings of the brand and how the fragrances are made. And I also recently had a chance to attend an event for Kajal in Manhattan a couple months ago. So this is why I'm saying it's crazy that they've already released a new fragrance so soon. But before I start the video, I just want to say, if you like perfume-related content, hit subscribe, hit the bell, and give this video a thumbs up. It would really, really mean a lot to me. So here's the deal. If you want to participate in this giveaway, this Cef Le Bon contributor video giveaway, all you have to do is follow the first link down in the description box below. It's going to be a link to the Cef Le Bon website. All you have to do is become a registered reader, which if you've done this before, you should already be one, and just drop a thoughtful comment on the article. That will automatically enter you into the giveaway. And of course, just make sure to check back to the ceflebon.com on the date that's mentioned in the article, because that's when the winner is going to be announced. So if by any chance you do win, you don't want to miss the opportunity to claim your prize. So best of luck, everybody. So here we have Topaz, which interestingly enough, I sprayed this, you know, some time ago when it arrived in the mail. And my initial thought was, this is a fruity fragrance, right? That's the first thing that came to mind. Obviously, I was a bit shocked and surprised when I looked at the note breakdown because it's not exactly the fruits that I was expecting. I wasn't expecting candied lemon. I wasn't expecting lime. When I smelled it, initially, I'm going to be honest with you, first thing that came to mind was either mango or some kind of tropical fruit, because I got a very juicy vibe and a very juicy personality from this fragrance. So initially I said, wow, this is very sweet. It's very saccharine. It smells like an overripe tropical fruit. So my mind immediately went to mango, and I think the color of the bottle also contributed to that association. Until, of course, I looked at the note breakdown, and that's when I had more discernment. I said, okay, there's lemon in here. But more specifically, it's being marketed as a candied lemon. And after smelling it for some more time, I realized, yeah, actually, there's a very strong sugary appeal to this fragrance. Now, there's an interesting dichotomy happening in here as well, because when I looked at the top, right, the top notes of the fragrance, it says that there's a rum accord, and I'm not getting too heavy-handed of a spice in this fragrance whatsoever. And that's typically what I associate with rum or any boozy fragrances for that matter, whether we're talking about whiskey or cognac or rum or whatever. I typically think of spices, right? There's a lot of spices that are used in the fermentation of alcoholic spirits. And I'm not getting anything spicy about this fragrance. As a matter of fact, on the contrary, it's a very smooth and sweet, fruity fragrance, but the lemon really starts to come through. Now, there is this bright and luminous quality about the fragrance, and I feel like the ambroxan contributes to it as well. Ambroxan is used as a fixative, not to be confused with a stabilizer. And a fixative is any ingredient that is found in the base of the note pyramid that contributes to the long-lastingness of the fragrance, because fixatives are typically comprised of a larger molecular structure. And that is exactly what is happening in here. There's actually something sweet in the dry down as well. And I don't quite remember all of the notes populated within the note breakdown. I haven't committed it to memory. Please forgive me. But I feel like there's a little bit of vanilla in here. And so it comes across quite sweet, not just from the very opening, which you are going to get like a very pronounced saccharin quality in the opening, but it retains that sweetness all the way through. So here's the thing. I have Masa from the brand. I have Lamar. I have Lamar Caviar. I have Dahab. I have, I think, Warek. I have, my goodness, there's so many from this brand that I own. I own well over a dozen from the brand, way back to the brand's heyday with like Kajal, the original. And then there was Alu Jane, and then there was the Fida collection, I think it's called, and I own a number of fragrances within that collection. And this is a brand that I just utterly fell in love with after meeting the owner and the founder of the brand, Mo, and then learning that some of their earlier iterations were made by perfumer Chris Maurice. So, this is a brand that I truly fell in love with, and I will continue to support the brand by giving it visibility on the channel, which is, that's what happens, right? There's some fragrances, you smell them, you try them, you're like, wow, I'm not crazy about it. And inevitably, there are certain brands that you've never heard me talk about. And I think that's fine too. And then there's also brands that I talk about quite often, and that's because I can really stand behind their fragrances, the quality, the ethos, the raw materials, all of that stuff. And Topaz is a beautiful Ambroxan, Immortelle, lime, citrusy, sugary, candied type of a fragrance. And I think this is beautiful, totally unisex, by the way. So this is more of a playful scent, but it can also be worn in a dressed up capacity as well. It's not giving overly formal vibes by any stretch of the imagination, It's not like, oh, no, this is only for a beautiful dress or only for a suit and tie or shirt and tie. No. You can wear this whenever you want. And I think the sweetness really contributes to that. There are certain fragrances like Kajal 3, which has that, is it a gin and tonic accord? There's some kind of like a bright fizzy nature to it. Something like that. I would say, summertime, beautiful for that, right? And then we have fragrances like this where it's like, no, you want to wear this in the autumn? Go ahead. You want to wear this in the winter? Go right ahead. Of course, the brand does have a lot of other really, really heavy and really spicy fragrances. And they also have some, I don't know if they're still in production, but like Alu Jane, for example, a bit animalic. And so I know they have some daring compositions that I think are perfectly suitable for the wintertime, but nevertheless, beautiful fragrance, candied lemon. Like I said in the opening, tell me if you agree with me if you've tried this one. Maybe I'm crazy, but I almost got like a mango vibe from it. But I always love the interaction, so drop your comment down below. Uniqueness and overall smell, for me, it is unique. Although I've tried other sweet lemon fragrances, this one truly is in a league of its own, especially as far as the ingredients and the quality of the ingredients is concerned. Longevity, 8+ hours on my skin. Projection at an arm's length for the first hour and a half of application, I would say. I would say the versatility for this one is also quite high. Any season, any occasion. Because of that sugary facet, it might give more of like a playful dressed down vibe, but you can dress this one up as well, no doubt about it. The presentation is beautiful with the topaz stone on the top of the cap here, the geometric pattern to the cap as well. I just think it's a beautiful fragrance, and the presentation on it is, quite wonderful. The only thing I've noticed is that in previous boxes, they used to include a sample of a fragrance, and I think they probably did away with that with this fragrance. I don't know if this was the fragrance where they kind of axed that, but that was a cool little thing that they used to include in the past. You would open it, you were surprised by like a little sample of the fragrance, which I often gifted to friends of mine so that they can, become acquainted with the brand. But nevertheless, beautiful fragrance. My final verdict on it is it's a candied lemon type of a fragrance that doesn't immediately make itself apparent. It takes a while before that sugary component really kicks in, or that you put 2 and 2 together and you realize, oh wait, this is actually a lemon-based fragrance. Initially, I wasn't getting that. I was getting mango or some kind of tropical fruits from it, but it's a beautiful fragrance. If you're a fan of this type of DNA, please make sure that this fragrance is on your radar. Something tells me you'll end up really, really liking it. And so With that being said, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate your viewership and your support. It means everything to me. And of course, once again, make sure to participate in the giveaway by visiting seflerbon.com. It's going to be the first link down below in the description box. Thanks again for watching. I love you all. We'll see you tomorrow with a new episode. Bye.